Hello, friends. Happy Friday. It is time for another Friday Fun Day. Woohoo! All right, I'm just trying to get this to come up onto my iPad so I can see comments and such. Let me see what is going on. There it is. Okay. So for those who might catch me live, I'm going to give it another minute or so. Thanks for joining me. And for those of you catching the replay, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. So today I am playing with this fun die set that I got in. I ordered this off AliExpress and I'm going to link it below. I'm not even going to say which store on AliExpress because when I do that, I usually get it wrong and have to go back and correct. So after this live is over and when I go in and upload stuff into my description box, I will put the link to this die set in there. Isn't it so cute? And what I love about this die set is that it's versatile in that you can use just the ginger and do what you want with it. It does come with the frosting for the arms and legs, or you can use it as it's intended to be a Halloween set. And that's what I'm doing today. But I just love that you get this ginger and you don't have to use it for a Halloween set. Okay, let's get started. So there's quite a few pieces, but it's really not that bad compared to some of these other dies that I've been getting lately. And I already went ahead and cut all the little pieces so that my video won't take quite so long. And here is what the little ginger looks like when you cut it out. And you can see that it embosses where all the little things go, or you could just color right onto it if you didn't want to use the little pieces. So that's cool. And then I've got all the other little pieces right here in my cup. I am using a pumpkin pie card base and this is a Stampin' Up! Color. And then I've got a piece of rickrack here that I'm going to use. And my papers. Let me grab. I'm using an old. We'll say old. It's from 2014 Doodlebug paper pads. So that is where my papers came from. You can find equally as cute in the new Doodlebug stuff because their stuff is always adorable. But I have a lot of their paper pads and I am going to use them. But I found that some of them, like this candy corn, I have like a newer year and it also has a candy corn, almost the same one, except there's stitching on it. So, you know, they just change it up a little bit, but their papers are always cute. So you can find Doodlebug easily enough. So those are my fun papers that I'm using, but let's get started putting the gingerbread person together. And please come on and tell me hello. And if you are watching me for the first time, let me know where you're watching from. I'm in Newport, Oregon, if you're curious. Okay, so this color that I cut my ginger out with is also Stampin' Up! I am not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I used to be, so I have a lot of Stampin' Up! Products. Okay, so I am using Cinnamon Cider, which I just think happens to be the most perfect color for gingerbread. I love using this color. And I've got a finger dauber and the same color of ink, and I'm just going to go around the edges here, just for fun, just because then he kind of looks baked, right? And after all, he is a gingerbread cookie. So I have been seeing this die set for a while, and finally I thought, you know what? I need to do a ginger for Halloween because that's just fun. Okay, so there is that done. And I'm just going to put my little dauber back away. And this ink. I could also go ahead and do the little pumpkin and get it ready. May as well do all my coloring stuff first. I've got a dark pumpkin pie stamp and blend marker. And let me hold this up so you can see. See, it also has the lines embossed for you here. So I am just going to go over those a little bit. And this will get a little bit lighter as it dries. So there is that. And then I have the broom and the inside piece of the jack-o'-lantern there. And let's see here. I think what I did with this, let me get my other finger dauber. I used Sahara sand colored cardstock. And I've got my finger dauber and that same color of ink. And I'm just going to do this a little bit around this piece. I really have been having fun with some of these dies. I have dies that cut out a lot of images, but just having dies that are, you know, images to themselves, I didn't have too much of that. So I've been having some fun with these kind of dies. Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining me. It's a little bit chilly in my stamp room here today. Okay, I need pumpkin pie. Here it is. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Oh, so I have to tell you guys, I got another scam thing. I told you about one the other day that I got. Both of these scam things have come directly into my email, which I'm not happy about that. This one I was buying it at first, okay? While I'm talking, I'm going to use a dark crumb cake marker and just do a little bit of more fun here on the broom. Anyway, so I had this email and I've deleted it now, but well, I guess I sent it to my junk folder. I'm not sure why it didn't go to my junk folder to begin with, because usually anything that's kind of spam or something like this goes there automatically, but for some reason, the other one that I got the other day and this one did not. So anyway, it sounded like a totally legit email, and it said that it was from this person who was with this magazine, and now I was going to look the name up so I could tell you, but it was The Time something, not Times magazine, but The Time something. And it said that I had been, let's see, what do you call it? Nominated. I'm using a white gel pen marker, and this is the handle of the broom. I'm just going to give it a highlight here. It said I had been nominated by one of my social media followers. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I do have a YouTube channel here, and I'm on Instagram, and I have a Facebook business page. So I thought, all right. And it said that they nominated me to do an interview for this magazine. And I thought, why would I want to do an interview for a magazine? And then it went on to tell what the magazine, what all kind of people they interviewed. There was models, actors, singers, blah, blah, blah. But then there was also creative people. So I thought, okay, that's still kind of, I guess, sounds legit. So I went looking to see if this was a real magazine, and I found it. Still looked legitimate, looked like a real magazine to me. And okay, wait, I want to do some getting out of pieces here before I get busy talking and forget what I'm doing. All right, these I think are the eyes. I just don't want to lose any of these teensy tiny little pieces. I'm saying, look how tiny that one is. All right. You know what I want to do? I want to glue that. I want to glue that before I lose it. So that is going to be the next thing I do here real quick. So I looked, like I said, I looked the magazine up and it looked legitimate. I scrolled down, was looking at all the articles and interviews. And I thought, okay, this is a legitimate thing. But I would be too nervous to do an interview because I'm not good when I'm put on the spot to answer questions. And so I thought, no, I wouldn't do that. And then I thought, let me go look around on this some more. And so I went back in and I searched the guy's name, the one that sent the email, or saying that he was this person that sent the email, someone from the magazine. And that's when the scam stuff popped up. And so there were on this scam alert thing is what it came up on. And there were other names associated. It was the same exact content in the email, just with somebody else's name. And so that's how I found out that it was a scam. It's like, people, don't you have anything better to do? I mean, I'm sure that in the process, if I would have really fallen for it, that they would have asked for some sort of personal information. You know, I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Is to get your personal information, somehow get into a credit card or a bank account or whatever. And I would never fall for anything like that. And I'm so distrusting that, you know. But the thing is back in the day, I used to, when you could actually find stamping magazines in the store that didn't come from another country, I did submit things, and I had several things published over the years. including, not in our home now, but in a previous home, there was a magazine called The Rubber Stamper. It was one of my favorite magazines back in the day. They had so many great articles in there of like comparing ink pads. I mean, just everything that you would want to know about stamping. Anyway, I had my stamp room published in that magazine, which was really fun. And so, you know, being in a, doing something for a stamping magazine or having something published is not, you know, I mean, not completely out of the question. But yeah, it was just a scam. I wouldn't have done it anyway because, like I said, I would have been too nervous if it had have been a real thing. But so the reason why I'm telling you this is if any of you all get contacted an email like that, it's a scam. Okay, look, there's my little jack-o'-lantern. Isn't he so cute? You could use this for other things too, for Halloween, not just for this one. And I may as well glue my little broom together. If you have a witch or something that you need a broom for, there's a broom. And these die sets are so inexpensive. Okay, let's put the ginger together. I love my new little pickup tool. I got it on Amazon in case you haven't seen me talk about it before, and it's the Marvy Jewel Picker, and it's double-ended. So there's a bigger end at the opposite end. Trying to flip these over so I get the right side. Now, like I said, you can always color in these areas if you don't want to deal with little tiny pieces. I do love this glue, which is the Art Glitter glue, and just little eensy weensy drops is all you need, even if you're doing bigger things. Don't use a lot of this glue, it just takes a very little bit. You can also, when you do these kind of die cut things, you can cut them all out of white if you want, and then color them. You don't have to cut them out of individual colored cardstock like I did. And I have done it the other way before with some of these dies. But this time I just wanted to do it this way. All right, let me find his mouth here. The other thing I like about this glue is that it dries really unnoticeable. So if you're outside of the area where you want the glue to be a little bit, when it dries, you really just don't even see it. But it does dry, but it does dry really super fast. So you need to get it where you want it quickly, because once it's stuck down, it is pretty much stuck down. Okay, I need to turn this like that. I do believe. Nope. Nope, it does go the other way. Okay. I want that scooted down a little bit. So tomorrow we are taking our Mustang and we are going to be in our first out-of-town car show. Now we did a little town up the highway here before this summer, but this is our first truly away car show. So that's going to be fun. Okay, I'm not getting this turned the right direction here. All right, that's right. And it'll be good because we've been having siding work done on our house, and they're coming back to do that again tomorrow, some more work. And so they'll be here, and we won't have to be hearing all the banging. They're going to be working around back here where my stamp room is. So my husband got the bright idea. I was really glad because his idea was so much better than my idea of what we were going to do with my stamp shelves. We have shelves that he built me mounted to the wall back here, and all my, well, not quite all of them, but a bunch of my wood mounted stamps are on those shelves, and too many to take down. I did not want to have to take all those stamps down to keep them from falling, but we wanted to keep them from falling. So I had this idea of putting paper or plastic or something over the shelves and taping it so that the stamps would sort of be up against the plastic and wouldn't then fall off the shelves. And so he got up there ready to, that doesn't look right. He got up there ready to do that. And what we did was went to the dollar store and bought plastic tablecloths. And so he was on the ladder ready to put them up there. And I was just getting ready to cut them. And he's like, wait just a minute, don't do that. And I hadn't even, okay, let me get this, there we go. I hadn't even gotten the package of one opened yet, and he said, let me try this, because he had painter's tape, because we wanted to be able to pull the tape off. He goes, why don't I just put this painter's tape across each row of stamps? And I said, that's a brilliant idea. So that's what we did. And then because they kind of started working back here and then they went to a different place. So they still have to come back here and finish it. So there he is, and he's so cute. And so I'm going to use some white chalk here. So now it's been, you know, a time period since they started back here when they were doing the other stuff, and now they're going to come back to being back here. And the tape had come undone on some of the shelves. I came in here one day and noticed that the tape, several rows of the tape had fallen down. So he came back here again and got up there on the ladder and stuck them, because he wrapped it across the fronts where all the stamps were, and then wrapped around to the sides of the shelves. And he just stuck it down a little bit better, but even at that, there's still 1 or 2 rows up there. So he's going to have to get back up there again tonight, since they're going to be working back here tomorrow, and get that tape stuck back for me. Okay, so I'm just using the white chalk to give the hat some personality there. And this tool is tools that I got for use with, what do you call those? I gotta grab one now so I can tell you what I'm talking about. These things. Oh, pan pastels. Yeah, pan pastels. I need to use those more. They're so pretty. Okay, so there's the hat. So see, this little guy comes together pretty fast. There's really not that many pieces for him or her. It's a witch, so I guess it's a her. And here's the little tiny eensy weensy buckle, and I cut this out of silver foil cardstock. Okay, so there is all of that, and this is going to go there. So I can go ahead and do that. Just going to stick a little glue there. Cute. Okay, let's get the card base made. Put the pin back in my glue so it doesn't get goopy. All right. So now I need to do a little stamping for the inside. I've got a piece of white cardstock for that. I'm going to bring in my Misty and I'm using an old from a yesteryear stamp set from close to my heart called Spooky Delights, and this is what the stamp set looks like. And I'm going to be putting the Halloween Night Spooky Delights inside here. Oh, and I want to put the little bat too. Let me grab that. There we go. And I'm going to ink that up with my Memento Black, Tuxedo Black. And I just use whiteboard eraser as my little pressure tool. And I think I'll just give it one more go here. The font is, you know, it's like that. It comes out looking like that because it's supposed to be spooky. Okay. So there's the inside, and then while I'm at it, I've got a strip of the, I've got a little piece of removable tape here. I'm gonna hold it down with that. And I better wipe the ink off those other two stamps. I need to re-wet my cloth here. It's still wet, but it could be a little more wet. And so on my strip, I'm going to stamp the trick or treat. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Okay. And that I am going to ink up with Versamark because I am going to heat emboss it. Oh, it's picking up the whole thing. Settle down here. Now I have to make sure that my stamp is where I want it. No. I think it's easier to move my paper than it is my stamp. Moved it too far. All right, let's try that. Oh, good grief. All right. Back to moving the stamp. I thought I could get away without putting the magnets on that little strip, but nope. Okay. So I'm over here inking it up out of sight. But I've inked it up with my clear Versamark there. And I should have used my powder tool first to make sure that I didn't get embossing where I didn't want it, but I didn't do that. And now it's too late, so we'll hope for the best. Get some of these things out of my way. Okay, so I have some black embossing powder here. All right, there's a few stray specks, but not too bad. Uh-oh, I stuck my finger on it. All right, I think we're going to go with that. Let me get my embossing gun here, or my heat tool. All right, I think we're good. Just going to let that percolate there for a second, and while it is, I will go ahead and I've got a strip of this fun little patterned paper with the spider webs and the spiders on it. And I'm going to add that to the inside here. I hear a lot of air activity going on out there, like airplanes or helicopters or something. This is the time of year usually when the helicopters start up at night, which I've never understood. Usually around dinner time, and then they go for an hour or two, and that hasn't quite happened yet this year. I haven't noticed them anyway. Okay, so I've got 2 pieces of pattern paper here that I am going to layer together, but before I do that, I'm going to put this is just regular rickrack trim, and I'm going to put that along the bottom there. And I'm using this same glue because it's great for gluing, using on fabrics and stuff too. It's just a good glue. I just happened to find this black. I was hoping I had some black rickrack, and it was in a trim package that I think I got from Michael's Dollar Spot with a few different other trims. I know that's where I got it. So this one had all sort of black-based trims in it. And I have one, I think, that's got like more reds. And one of the trims looks like baseball stitching, which I think is really cool too, especially if you wanted something for a kid, a boy's card or something. Not that girls don't play baseball, but you know. All right, so do I need to trim anything off here? Maybe just a touch, not much. Cute. Okay. Now we can put that on the other piece. I love this striped paper. It's got some cute little ghosties on the back, but I love that stripe. All right. I have another card like this that I made using completely different papers, and I will show you that here when I'm done with this one. It's got a more vintage vibe to it. Okay, come here, little gingerbread. All right, so I need some dimensionals here. I probably use way more of these than what is necessary, but I just, it's just how it is. Just how it is. Okay, so I'm putting glue down at the bottom of his legs because for one thing I'm going to be going over that rickrack, but I also always just like to ground my characters, not just have them floating. There we go. And then the broom. I need to put glue across this because it's also going to be landing where that rickrack is. And some up here. I probably should put a little bit on the tip. There we go. Cute. All right, trick or treat. So I am also from yesteryear going to use my Provo Craft what do we call these? Decorative scissors. I have a whole basket full of different ones of these. Let's see. I think I need to trim it just a touch more over here. There we go. Okay, now I need my little pumpkin thing again and the ink. Now, because of the papers I used on my last card, I didn't put any type of embellishments on it, but we'll see once I get this together if it looks like it might need some or not. Not sure yet, but we'll see. All right, let's pop this up. This is going to go right over like this at an angle. Cute. I don't really think it needs any embellishment because you don't want to cover up all those cute little spiders. I think he turned out pretty cute. Trick or treat, Halloween night, spooky delights. So cute. Now, if you wanted to make this into a Christmas card, you could turn that into a Santa hat by cutting some of the brim of this hat off and making the hat red, putting a little fuzzy ball there, and putting white furry something, maybe puff paint or whatever, glitter down there, and totally make him into a little Santa ginger if you wanted to, right? Okay, so there's that one. And here is the other one. Like I said, it has more of a vintage vibe to it. And that paper there, let me grab the pad. I got that paper out of this pad, which is a Recollections Michael's pad. And what I didn't realize is that I have the small 6x6 of this, and I also got it in a big 12x12. I didn't realize that I had even done that. I'm sure none of you have done anything similar. Oh, I know some people who buy the same pad more than once, not even realizing that they had it already. But yeah, it's got some foiling in it, and it's a pretty fun pad. More on the creepy side than the cutesy side. Okay, so there is that. And then, do you want to see some new things? I keep saying I'm not going to keep buying stuff, but what do? I keep buying stuff. All right, so I have a few things. So besides this die set, which again, I will go in once I'm done with this live video and put the link to this in the description box so you can find it. Let me get these out of the way. I believe, I'm not going to promise, I believe this came from the DIY Art Bin store on AliExpress. And then also from there, you're not even going to be able to tell what these are, but these are like Victorian girls. And this is her skirt, and this is the top of her outfit, and she's got her arms up. So this is the fur collar, which is, I think, right there. And there's her face. And she's a skater, so she's got skates. This is going to be so fun to make. And so I got her, and then I got another one. And she's got a little bit longer of a dress. There's the top of it. And there is her face. And so I'm going to have to go back in, and there's her hair. And look at the pictures and probably take a picture of them with my phone or something so that I will even know where all these little parts and pieces go. There's some holly there. Otherwise, I will not have a clue as how to put these together without a picture. So I'm going to have to do that. And then I spotted this on there while I was, I wonder if they gave me a free die. It looks like they did. I didn't even realize that. So there's a little free die that they've taped on there of a butterfly. That was nice. Because this was from a completely different store on Etsy. And this was the only thing I bought from that shop. And this makes a 3D like little dove. This is the little face and the beak and stuff that goes on it. And so when it's all put together, it's like a very 3D little ornament is what I'm going to say, because that's how I saw it, and what I'm going to use it for is making an ornament. So this will be really fun to put together as well, because there's not very many parts. Yeah, I didn't realize that was a free little die they had given me. And then from my creative time, I ordered the Haunted House tag die when it first came out. I did not order it, but then the more I saw of it, the more I decided I would really like to have it. And I think it'll be really fun with that. If you saw me show this the other day in a haul, I bought this creepy tree. So how cute are these two going to be together? I think they're going to be so cute. So the house has a shadow die behind it, and then these pieces here are so that you can go in, they go behind so that you can make the window, and this window up here and these windows be a different color. So if you wanted to have them like a chartreuse green or a yellow or whatever, so your creepy haunted house will be lit, look like it's lit up. You could even do vellum if you wanted to do this and have some sort of little lights behind it. You could do that in vellum so that you could see the lights behind. Okay, so I got that. And then also in that Etsy order, I bought 2 packages of these papers because for one thing, they were super inexpensive. Picking up what I dropped over here. And I thought they looked really pretty, but I have to say I'm a tad bit disappointed in them. You don't get that much in the package, and that's why I bought 2 packages of them. But I don't think the colors are as vibrant as I was expecting. This side of this paper sort of just looks like a bunch of jewels or glitter. And then this is just all different sorts of patterns, but it had gingerbread on it, and I liked that. And they're just single-sided. They're nice. You know, there's nothing wrong with the designs. This is really cute. They're just a little more muted, I think, than I thought they would be. But I do really like the designs. These are super cute with the lollipops and the drinks. And then there's that green glitter. And then this one's really fun. And then gingerbread. I love that. Hats and stockings and gloves. Very cute. Yep. And that's all you get in one package, but I think each package is like $2 and something. Very inexpensive. So like I said, I will link the die for that in the description box. If anything else I've shown you, you want to link to, if it's something that's still around, I will link it. I know you're not going to find the close to my heart stamps, you know, or probably that doodlebug paper, because they're just old unless you go look for them on Etsy or another website. Or not Etsy, yeah, Etsy or eBay, that's what I meant. Okay, there's my two little gingerbread witch cards. So cute. All ready for trick-or-treating. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I will have a Saturday morning makes video up tomorrow. And so come back and check that out. And I hope you get, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.